Did I quickly log on this morning to do my daily checks? Yes, I did. Did I then proceed to run around for hours playing with my Pokemon? Also yes. If this sounds familiar, I thought it was time I put together a little list of everything you should be doing daily in Pokopia so you don't go running around on 100 side quests before even forgetting to check the shop. I hope you find this video helpful, and please share with others in the comments what your daily routine is currently looking like. Don't forget to like and also subscribe for more content, but here is my current daily routine. So first off, we're going to start with probably one of the most obvious things and one of the easiest things, and this is to visit your PC daily. Here you will see that there are daily challenges amongst some of the longer term challenges, and each day you will receive 3 new daily challenges, and these will award life coins. Most of the time these are pretty straightforward and you won't even realize that you've done them until you return back to the PC and tick them off as complete, but you don't want to miss out on this currency. So if you are getting halfway through the day, just check in on your PC and see if you have completed them. If you have some life coins left over from the previous day, the next thing you're going to want to do is check on your shop items. As with the challenges, each day your shop will give you new random items that are only available for that particular day. As you increase in environment levels across all areas, you will begin to unlock even more items. At a combined level of 10 and a combined level of 20, you will each receive 1 more item added to this daily rotation. I highly recommend purchasing all the recipes you see, even if they aren't quite to your fancy, because you never know when they will show up again. Something to note, if you are an early riser or perhaps you've stayed up late playing the game, which is totally feasible right now, it is very hard to put down. The shop and the challenges both reset at 5 AM, and this will be based off of whatever your current time is on your console. So if you fiddled around with your clock or your in-game time on your console, be sure to pay attention to that, not your real life time. In a similar vein to shopping, you can also trade with trade type Pokemon. This can be done in 2 ways. You can build them a shop for themselves and then you can go ahead and start trading with them, or you can trade with them in the Pokemon Center once you have it built, and a suitable Pokemon will then appear behind the counter where Nurse Joy normally stands and they will be able to trade with you. You will see that they have the items spread out in front of them, and there will be a set amount of items each day, and instead of trading for life coins here, you're actually trading goods for goods. So you will need to find goods from your inventory that match the value of the trade price, and then when the scale looks happy, ta-da, you will be able to make the trade. It is worth checking these trading shops, as sometimes you will get pieces of furniture or there'll be rarer items that are harder to find in the world. It may seem expensive, but it is another good way to get your hands on yet more furniture, and you can trade your vegetables and crops for this. So if you're kind of looking for an incentive to get farming, this may be it. If you have set off any big building projects the day before, this is now a good time to run around and finish them off. Building projects will not complete fully without you interacting with the Pokemon, and then you'll receive a nice little cutscene of the building being unveiled. Once you have completed a build project, you may then want to start another. I'm personally really enjoying the pre-built house options whilst I'm still trying to get to grips with the game. And to build my perfect town with all of these kits is going to take some serious time, so you may want to start building a new building every day if you've planned them out, at least in the beginning anyway. As Pokopia is based on real life time, I do recommend starting these projects when you are nearly done for the day. That this is kind of mainly just for organization. As I've kind of thought about it a bit more, I don't think it really makes too much of a difference, as I've tested it and you can still interact with the Pokemon whilst they are working, and you can actually pause the building if you need to talk to them for something else. For example, I was still able to ask a Pokemon to make lumber for me whilst they were working on a project, and you can still ask them to follow you too. Either way you decide to do it, don't forget to complete the project so you can start even more. Next, let's talk about farming and collecting food. Food to replenish your stamina is very important, and if you have a lot planned for the day, be sure to gather up some berries and also check in on your vegetables that you may have planted. If you haven't planted your seeds near to water, then you should probably also move them there, but if you have kind of a special farm set up that you built for aesthetics reasons, don't forget to water them too. Remember, you can also help speed up plant growth. If you ask a Pokemon that has the grow trait to follow you towards the crops, they will then be able to work the magic for you. This is really going to be key if you want lots and lots of vegetables. Remember to be doing this as well. Next is something that you'll probably do as and when you see them, but when you've logged on for the day, you may want to do what I've been doing and have a little bit of a run around, checking for new traces of Pokemon and also checking in on habitats to see if anyone new has arrived. I haven't quite figured out the exact trigger for new ones to spawn, but it does appear that I have had some when I've logged back in. So whether it's just a time thing or a day thing, I'm not 100% sure, but it was definitely worthwhile me running around this morning. With the habitats, don't forget that you can also use the security cameras, and this will give you a helpful notification so you know where to go to check. When I took a break from the game and then returned back in, the notification was there waiting for me, so that's quite useful to know. Also, whilst exploring, keep your eye out for sparkly spots, especially honey. Honey can spawn in flowers, and certain Pokemon like Combee can also drop it. Once you have attained the honey, you will then want to find Vesequeen, as she has some furniture that you can trade with her. The furniture will change daily, and you can buy all of the items if you have enough honey, obviously. To begin with, I did think it was only going to be one item per day, but it's not, so don't worry. I would definitely stockpile the honey and be sure to be planting flowers. You don't need to tell me twice to do that. Some Pokemon have the special ability to litter. Now, this may not sound useful in the beginning, but you will soon change your mind on that. This essentially means that these Pokemon can produce certain resources. As I mentioned, the Combee can drop honey, but other Pokemon will drop other resources. For example, Mareep can drop fluff. Be sure to check in regularly with these specific Pokemon to gather up their resources, as they will definitely come in handy for crafting. Other Pokemon may also have the ability to craft stuff for you. For example, Pokemon with the Crush speciality can make paint for you, Pokemon who can cut can make lumber from your logs, and some fire Pokemon like Torchic can turn clay into bricks. This process can take some time, so I do recommend checking in with these Pokemon and have some going pretty regularly, particularly for the lumber. This is something that I've needed quite often in the game, and I've seen a lot of people having questions on how to get hold of this. If you do need some of these items urgently, you don't actually have to wait until the full stack has been successfully done. You can return back to them and they will give you kind of what has been processed so far. So that's a good thing to remember as well if you're waiting for like one brick to finish the Poke Center. Once per day, you will also be able to get a hint on how to improve your Pokemon's habitat. You can speak to them and ask them how their comfort is. The Pokemon will then give you a brief idea of what they want to help improve their home. Once you have gone away, found the item and placed it down, don't forget to interact with them again, as they may give you further speech. When you do speak to them again, you will also notice that the option to check their comfort level will have gone, so you will know that you have successfully done it for the day. A little tip when it comes to this is that some Pokemon will want specific traits for their desired item. If you are scratching your head a little bit confused as to why, for example, a Pokemon doesn't like a particular berry, maybe it wants a bitter berry, then go into your collection and this will give you all the information you need to know, so you can go ahead, cross-reference this with your quest or maybe their likes and dislikes in the Pokedex. Once you have unlocked the Drifloon and found the Pokédoll, you'll be able to enable the ability to visit a dream island. You will have the ability to visit one unique island a day, however you can make multiple visits to that island. Making multiple visits is an important point, as this is a good way to collect extra resources or blocks, particularly helpful if you're looking at decorating. You may also find that there are certain buildings here with furniture and other rare items spread throughout. Berries and bushes and flowers may also differ to those that you have immediately available in your current area, so you may want to take some of those home with you as well. Don't forget that you can also pick up whole bushes and flowers with the rototiller ability, and once you've got them in your hands, you can also put them in your pockets, so it does kind of look immediately when you pick it up that you have to kind of move it to another area, but if you press B, you can actually store it there and then take it home. Utilizing the Dream Island really came in handy for me as my iron supply was getting very low, so I was able to visit one of the Dream Islands using the Pikachu doll to get more. Due to all of the above, I highly recommend not skipping on the Dream Islands, and be sure to incorporate this into your daily gameplay. When thinking about which one to visit, plan out wisely depending on what resources you need, as the different islands will give you different resources depending on which doll you use. Once you have rebuilt your Pokemon centers, also don't forget that once per day you can use the machine to restore your stamina. If you just take a trip inside the Pokemon Center and then head over to this machine will replenish your stamina free of charge. And this is great if you've been working hard in the area, then you can just kind of pop in, put everything down, and off it goes. It will work its magic. Who doesn't love a freebie? So there we go, there is everything you need to know about daily gameplay in Pokopia. I hope you found this helpful. Again, let me know in the comments what you're enjoying most and what things you were trying to do every day in your gameplay. Have a great rest of your day, enjoy playing, I'll see you again soon, bye bye!